This lunchbox is brought to you by Taverna Kyma in Boca.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Bifo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the creme clam sauce with the awesome bake with shababa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a special Sunday brunch edition of the Lunchbox. We are coming to you live from the outdoor-friendly environment. I wish everybody could be here to smell this. I don't know if you could see behind me. This is a treat. It's a lamb roast on a spit, the traditional Greek style, because we're at Taverna Kyma with Sophia.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back to the Lunchbox. We loved being here last month, and man, we're going to really love this month. Tell us what's going on, Sophia.
So it's our launch of what we call Souvla Sunday. Souvla in Greek is the spit, where the lamb roasts on. So we are going to be doing the first Sunday of every month, a roast.
And you can see it. It's so traditional. You got looks like a little bit of, was it wood and, live fire. It's roasting beautifully. The smell, it's just the aroma of this is unbelievably good. And I call it a carnivore's delight. I don't know how other people feel. Like in America, we're so distanced from our food and how it's prepared. But like in the old country in Europe, you get in touch with it. You'll have a whole lamb roast,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's really a celebration of life. Yeah.
We actually had a birthday party here on Wednesday, and we did a pig roast. So,
Wow.
which we're going to be introducing throughout the weeks. This is just our first initial launch, and we just did the lamb, and we're going to have different types of things roasting.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
before we get into all the great food and beverage and some special guests, we got family, we got friends of the show, and Dr. Nick Tranicus, who is become a longtime friend. He's been a longtime member of the Late Seat South Florida group, where we are simulcasting right now. And I say that people should come out here. We've had enough bad football for the week. The Dolphins got their horrendous loss out of the way on Thursday night, Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And then, of course, we had the horrendous, unexpected upset loss by the Hurricanes yesterday, which looks like it knocks them out of the college football playoff. And then we have Florida State being Florida State, but congrats to the Florida Gator fans. They have bragging rights. Are you a Gator?
I am. Actually went to UF.
I kind of had that feeling. The way her face lit up and smiled, whereas you can see, Lubie can't see today. He's off to the side of the
I'm
camera.
hiding in shame.
He has a big frown on
We'll
his
let the Gator
face.
enjoy her moment.
How was your Thanksgiving, Lubie? I mean, besides the
It was
Thanksgiving,
great until yesterday.
we did not see you Friday at Gulfstream. We had the professor,
Yes,
the
sir.
Professor Ken, filling in as producer, and you were gone. Where in Orlando?
In Orlando. My sister-in-law lives there, and they're coming down for Christmas, so we went up there. We did Thanksgiving at my parents' Thursday, and then with her family, we did it in Orlando at her sister's yesterday.
Now, of course, Lubie, a FSU Seminole alum, just like I'm an FSU dad now. My daughter going back to school after her break tomorrow. We had a great time, but man, it's been a rough year. They just are not a good team. But
Yeah. I mean,
Florida's showing signs of life, though.
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
Which is good.
We're alive and kicking.
And just to conclude the sports section today,
I was just going to ask you, what's going on here?
what's with my ugly Santa sweater? Besides the fact that now, with Thanksgiving officially in the books and the calendar says December, it's December 1st.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. And
Yeah.
with Thanksgiving coming basically the latest it can possibly be, we have a short span between Thanksgiving and Christmas Day, less than a month.
Yes.
And it's going to be the holiday spirit. But I am wearing my ugly Santa sweater today for two reasons. Not only because it is the start of the holidays, but also in tribute, and we say rest in peace to the great college football coach.
Oh, he passed.
Louis Carnesecca.
Oh, I know he
You didn't
passed.
realize that,
No.
Lubie. Leslie Visser Malmer. We have a group text from all these great sports luminaries: Jim Sarney, Defoe, Leslie Visser, of course, Hall of Fame broadcaster. But I didn't even realize that Lou Carnesecca passed sometime yesterday. The obits started hitting the wires this morning. Passed away at age 99. And of
Wow.
course, Lou Carnesecca, known at St. John's in Queens, New York, for wearing ugly sweaters. And he was a great guy. I mean, I came across him a couple of times in my sports writing career. Did you ever have any dealings with him?
No.
Yeah.
Devo talked about him a lot. I followed him. I know in the Big Ten when it was in its heyday, he was a central figure of it.
Yeah, well, 99 is a ripe old number, and he led a great life. But I learned the story of the ugly sweater. Did you ever know this, Lubie? That basically he had a cold one day, and before going to the game, he told his wife, he's sniffling, he's got the chills, he doesn't feel good, and the wife says, "Why don't you go wear a sweater?" And the only sweater he could find in his closet was this ugly brown sweater that had these like green and like green and white chevrons. That was a gift to him from an Italian basketball coach or something like that. He wore the ugly sweater to the game. They won. He wore it to the next game.
Every game
they
ever.
won. They put together like some 14-game winning streak when he was wearing this ugly sweater, and then he just started wearing ugly sweaters after that.
Wow.
And it
Every game.
became his trademark
thing.
fashion statement. So
That's a cool story.
it is, and he was a great guy, self-effacing, didn't take himself too seriously, but was a great basketball coach. Had some great talent there at St. John's in the 1980s. Chris Mullen, and I forget all the others, but there's
Kenny Anderson.
but there was a bunch of New Yorkers that he was able to recruit, and they made the Final Four a couple of times.
Mark Jackson's the other great one.
Yeah, Mark
people talk
Jackson,
about all
that's
the
the
time.
one. Yep, that's it. So rest in peace.
My son did something kind of similar, but he wore socks to a soccer game,
Okay.
and they won, and then he didn't want me to wash them.
No, you can't wash the socks.
Oh,
Never
my
mind, like,
goodness.
so
of
gross.
course, it
It
goes
was
with,
so bad.
it goes without saying that he's going to wear those socks every time, but you can't wash them until they
No.
lose.
You can't wash them.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Aren't sports superstitions
That's so
silly?
gross.
It
Not-
was so gross.
Not only silly, they can be stinky.
They're gonna
sometimes.
smell like a teenage boy's feet.
And that's now we come to the difference in terms of words. When you say odor, that's a bad thing. So like those socks had an odor, but when you say aroma,
Okay.
that's a
Sounds
good
nicer,
thing.
and that's what we
And
have
right
here.
now, I'm getting hit with this aroma of the lamb roasting on the spit. I hope you people not only can see it, but you guys should
No, you can
consider
see it.
coming out here
Looks
for
fantastic.
yourselves.
Oh my god.
The address here, Taverna Kyma, Boca Raton, 6298 North Federal Highway. And so when is this available now? It's like an all-day thing? Can
So it's
people
an
get it for
all-day, yeah.
dinner? Or
Yep, they can get it for dinner, but it's more of it during the day because we're
Okay.
gonna have, and we have live music. That's going to be starting in a little bit.
Nice.
And we have the lamb, just like a family fun. Bring
Yeah.
your family, come for lunch. It's Sunday, so it's an early thing. People work. There's school. Can't believe school's starting tomorrow after the
Oh,
break.
no.
So
look at this. And we've got the mezes, appetizers
Yeah.
hitting the table right now,
Yes.
which is always great. So just to square it away, because I posted about this, the event like a half hour ago on the Let's Eat group, and already people are saying, is it all you can eat? Is it free? And it's like, it's a restaurant. Because I said that people should come out and enjoy it, and they said, oh, come out and enjoy means it's free and all you can eat. And I was like, only in your bizarre head.
Just have fun.
I don't understand the internet all the time, but I do appreciate everybody who's interested. But yeah, how does it work? It's priced per pound?
Yes. So, we have our regular menu, and as you're going to see today, we have a lot of lamb options that we're going to be, tasting, but it's going to be by the pound. So
So
you
you
price
just
it by the pound. You just get one. It's more for like sharing. It's very heavy.
you get it.
It's not like you get it for a meal by yourself.
right.
So it's just to share and kind of like as an
How
appetizer.
does it differ from some of the other menu offerings? Because obviously you have great lamb chops on the
Yep.
menu here. You also have like lamb shank, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Roasted lamb.
Yep.
So they're all just prepared differently. So
Mhm.
obviously lamb chops are with the
grilled.
bone
Yep.
and it's grilled, and then our lamb shank is slow roasted. It's gonna have like orzo, like more of a red sauce, and then roasted lamb is lamb that we cook again slow roast it, but
can roast.
without the bone. And
I see. Okay.
Yep.
So that's
Like
it's
a
like
roast.
a
Yep.
fillet,
The oven.
almost like a
Yes.
fillet of lamb.
yeah, and
But
then
this
this
is
is speaks for itself.
rustic. Who came up with this idea? And
So I did because it's something different. Number one,
Yep.
because the way the restaurant is laid out with the parking lot, and there's a lot of free space, and a lot of people don't have the space that we have.
True.
And we do this for Easter. And
Okay.
it's such a big success. I mean, we do over 350 people come.
Oh, wow.
Once again, we have the music, we have the lamb. So I'm like, why are we just doing it for Easter?
Do it on the Eastern Orthodox Easter
Yes.
Sunday, the Greek Orthodox Easter, which usually falls a couple of weeks after the.
So the way it falls is, so this year it's the same as the Catholic, the American Easter.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then next year it's going to be a week apart, 2 weeks apart,
Right.
3 weeks apart, 4 weeks apart, and then we circle back.
Right.
It's a bizarre situation.
You decided to expand the festivities, so it's not
Yes.
just for the Greek Easter, but
Yes.
for every first Sunday of the month. This is going to be a new thing up
Yeah.
here, and I hope it goes over wildly well, because I just love when there's food events that kind of coalesce around, tradition, culture and family. And off to the side here, you can't see, but we have a nice family table. We've got Dr. Nick and his wife. I got, Val and Shirley's here, and they're enjoying a whole bunch of nice wines and other mezes. And it's just a good, fun family time. And typically you have like a separate brunch menu, or is it a lunch menu, or what is it? How does it work on the weekends?
We do have our lunch menu, but we're going to be launching next month. We're going to be launching also a brunch.
Oh, wow.
So just a few brunch items, nothing, extensive. Hopefully maybe you can come back and try that. I don't know.
We can always come back anytime you invite us.
Keep it interesting.
Whatever you want us to definitely promote, because all the good stuff going on here. And it is a great facility because you have the indoor seating. Now it's the time of the year where you want to be outdoors, kind of 2 different outdoor patio areas, and with the music and everything that's going to be going on, it's going to be a real festival. Will there be any plates smashed?
It depends how much ouzo you drink.
Well, of course.
Right now, I'm saying no, but in a couple hours after we've had our beer and our ouzo and our wine,
things happen. They
do happen.
And I guess hopefully either you have plenty of other plates on stand, but that's again, your family started Taverna Opa down in Hollywood, and it became well known as the leader in cracked plates in South Florida.
It did, yes.
And no, it's just it's fun. It's a fun scene.
Oh yeah.
Tell us what we got on the table right now. I see some greens, and my body has actually been craving greens since eating like 3 Thanksgiving meals and 2 days or something. But,
I know we need a little green in our body. This is a traditional Greek salad. It's just romaine lettuce, green onion, radishes, and dill.
Well,
so it's like a citrus
not
dill.
traditional Greek salad in the way that people think, but it's one of the salads you see in Greece.
Yes, it's a very traditional salad in Greece.
Right, and it looks beautiful, lightly dressed. Yes. Romaine lettuce. I love radishes. Yep. I think radishes are very healthy, and it's a very simple salad. Whereas last month we had what in America we think of as a Greek salad, which is the feta and the tomatoes and the cucumbers.
With no lettuce.
With no lettuce.
Okay, this is our lettuce salad.
This is the lettuce salad. So I'm going in here first with that before we get into the carnivore's delight later. What else we got on the table here? We got a little feta cheese. We got the olives, tzatziki, right?
Yes. So because we're doing, a lot of meat and meze that we call, which is a, tapas style tasting. The Greeks like to have like a little bit of cheese and olives just to add to the flavors. So yes, what do you think?
It's great. I love it.
Simple, right? Simple.
Simple is great. And the dressing, again, nice and light. Nice coating on the romaine lettuce.
This is one of my favorite.
That's a great way to start a Sunday.
You guys started. You do the roast during the when you're starting now. When do you like? I feel like we're not doing this into the summer.
No. Oh yeah, he's saying the first Sunday of every month, probably through season, through Greek Easter.
Yeah. We'll see after Easter. So right now we're going to do January 5th as the next one.
Nice.
And then we'll do February and March for sure.
Okay.
And then we'll see from there because we'll probably after Easter we'll probably
taper off
and then come back to it around this time next year.
And if people want to make reservations for a big group or family, how do they go about doing that?
So you can either call traditional. I know people don't do that anymore. You can go on Open Table or through our website, tavernakyma.com.
Okay, great.
So a lot of avenues that you can utilize.
And you accept parties up to what? Any amount,
Yeah.
basically? 'Cause-
Yes. So actually, right now we have a baptism in the back of 50
So you
people.
do events.
Oh, wow.
So we have that going on. We have the regular diners, and like you said, all our friends and family and everything. So we have a lot of moving parts.
And you said I remember when we were here, you said you're 7 days a week.
Yeah, 7 days
And
a
you went
week.
through Thanksgiving
We
as
did.
well.
We did.
How was that?
Thanksgiving was actually great, but I was telling Mike, not a lot of turkey. We did off turkey, but
Really? And people
yes.
were like, no, I'm here for not
yes,
turkey.
yes,
That's funny.
yeah. So, but it was actually one of our better Thanksgivings we've had
Really?
because historically we weren't that busy.
Mhm.
But it was actually pretty busy.
That's
but
good. It's good
I
to
think
see
we did
more.
like 3 turkeys. So not too bad, but
Okay.
nothing crazy. We had like the sides and everything.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
What
what do we
you have your
have?
full menu too?
What you have in front of us is a
So,
little bit of a
This
souvlaki. No, it's
no,
what
well,
do we call it?
this is actually filet tips.
Oh
nice.
wait, fillet tips. Oh wait a
There's
second.
the absent Jeff DeForest.
Okay.
Let me.
I was hoping he was going to be here today because I wanted to dedicate
Yes.
this. I'm dedicating this podcast to him today.
Defo sends his regrets. He had some family, functions that coincided with today's special Sunday brunch broadcast. But I'm going to, in his absence, take a bite of this delicious-looking fillet tip skewer, which I assume is just also roasted over the grill. And,
Yep, over a hardwood grill. So simply grilled.
Oh my God!
I mean, it looks ridiculous.
I squeezed a little lemon on it, so you got some of the Greek seasonings and the herbs on top of it. And I stand corrected. You can order a steak at a Greek restaurant.
Okay, let's see.
It's going to be good. So eat your heart out, Defo.
Yes, this is for you.
And I hope that next time when he joins us here, he will be able to partake and enjoy the delicious beef offerings here at Taverna Kyma. But it's, Greece. When in Rome, do as the Romans. When at Taverna Kyma, do as the Greeks. And that means lamb. And I guess the reason lamb is the dominant meat is because that's what dominates the hills and countryside of Greece, right? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's pretty simple sometimes.
And we've gotten very creative. We do it in many different ways. So we utilize it in different ways. Yes.
What's your personal favorite, Sophia?
So I love the roasted lamb. It's just so tender and just it melts in your mouth. Yeah.
I'm a lamb chop guy, and I like them like rare, like almost, because if you get good quality lamb, it is tender no matter to what degree of doneness. So I like rare, maybe rare plus, which is a concept that I don't know if Lubie hates that, but they think I'm an insufferable foodie when I say, most people say rare or medium rare. I say rare plus, which is in between.
In the middle.
Wow.
But when you get those succulent, juicy, rare plus lamb chops, squeeze a little lemon on top of it. And what I also like is you can pick it up and just eat it with your fingers.
Yeah.
I'm a big finger food
You have
guy.
to get all the way to the bone.
Yes, that's where most of the flavor
When I
is.
see people like cutting it with the knife and then they're
my
leaving
God.
like this much
It's like painful.
on there, I'm like,
No.
please just pick it
Just
up
pick
and
it up
eat
and gnaw on
it.
the bone like God intended, please.
I agree.
And, when I'm talking about finger food today, I got a little boo-boo here, and I got to give credit to, is Nick your cousin? Is it?
It's my dad's first cousin.
Dad's first cousin.
Yes.
Nick, I don't even know if I pronounce it right. I say Tranakis. I don't know.
If you say it with Greece, it's Tranakas.
Tranakas.
You got to roll the R.
Yes.
You have to.
So I have the
Tranakas.
accent right.
It's fun.
But I have the R wrong.
Yes.
Tranakas.
Tranakas.
I got a little
You're gonna hurt it, but don't hurt your other finger.
Tronicus. Okay,
Good
so
job, you did it.
this is okay.
Mr. New York.
If people out here want to hear a boring medical story, but we do have the Mayo Health Report, Mayo Clinic,
One day we'll get it sponsored.
and I can't ascribe it to the manicure that I had a couple of weeks ago, but I don't know. Somehow I got an infected cuticle, and maybe this is my punishment for trying to be well groomed and maintained, and
Nice.
getting dragged to now these mani pedis and becoming a metrosexual. But this thing, it flared up, and then it just wasn't looking good, and it started like a couple of days ago, and it kept getting worse, not better. And I actually sent a picture of it yesterday when it was really getting puffed up and angry looking, and sent it to Nick. And he said, "You better go get that lanced or
geez.
take drained." And so I went to an urgent care center this morning. He said
On
he would have
Sunday, good
done.
for you.
He said he would have
He
done
would-
it himself
He probably could
today
have done it, yeah.
with some ouzo as an anesthetic.
Absolutely.
But I didn't want to wait that long, and I
No.
kind of wanted to be in a medical
The lamb can
facility.
be the front center show today, not Mike Mayo's finger.
He
Yes.
said that he would have done it himself yesterday, but he was out of town. He just got back, but now he's here. And I don't know what he's going to charge me for the text consultation.
He
But-
gets crazy texts from my family.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Oh, my
any
God. You're great, too.
medical thing, like anything, I mean, he's
You
a
have a doctor in
renowned
the family.
surgeon, and we're like asking him,
Well,
about little stuff. So
No, that's
This
great.
is the
I love
parables
that.
of becoming a doctor.
Yes.
And when you're the
Are you
doctor in
kidding
the
me?
house.
Yeah.
I'm sure
it's
Jewish
great.
doctors are very similar. I'm sure everyone in the family is like, my ear has a thing on it.
Yep. Everything. My whole family were like sending him pictures, all of like our blood work, like everything you can imagine. He's like getting from the family.
Well,
So
Dr. Nick, I'm especially grateful for him at this Thanksgiving. This is the first Thanksgiving without my mom, but
Oh.
I had my mom a lot more Thanksgivings than any of us thought we were going to. Thanks to Dr. Nick, was able to perform some surgery on some cancer that she had. That was all the way
That's
back
amazing.
in 2018, January of 18. He did surgery on my mom and basically prolonged her life, and it was a good quality of life for a lot of years. So, especially grateful to him
A
and
mensch, as
everything
we
that.
say.
Yeah.
A mensch.
and
yeah.
you know what he does really well.
Drink ouzo and roast pigs.
Besides that,
I've been to his
So-
house for a pig roast. It
yes.
was great.
So and then you have to tie the pig and the
Yeah.
You know what he does here to
Okay.
He
It's amazing.
brings some of the surgical sutures
really?
and
Oh,
he
he is a
stitches it up.
surgeon, yeah.
he ties the
Oh, he's a surgeon,
animals
yeah.
up like
What else would you have?
my dad's like, you're a surgeon. I mean, you can't
Yeah,
tell me
do
you're a
it.
surgeon without telling me you're a surgeon. I mean,
Yeah, with surgical surgical precision and the way he carves up the roasted
I mean, to have
pigs and
anyone
the
else
lambs
do it, I mean,
is great.
Yeah.
So
He's in the family.
there-
that's
Well.
great. It's
Yes.
it's so much fun. And now we've got some ouzo in front of us, and
Yes,
I'm not
we
going to
do.
dunk my finger in the ouzo.
No.
The good news is I don't have to lay off alcohol just yet because I am going to be taking some pills where they say don't take alcohol, but they haven't gotten the script filled yet, and I'm not going to start it till later.
This
So
will be
okay,
your
there you
prescription.
go.
I'm going to start
There
it
you go.
now. It
Cheers.
could only help.
What do we say
And what-
in Greece?
It's
Yamas.
Yamas, I forgot.
What's
I would've said
yasu?
It's hello.
Oh, so yamas is the
Well, you say
Cheers.
Yamas all the time.
Yeah.
Yamas.
Yamas.
Like to life,
Okay.
right? Isn't
Yes.
it like life?
Okay.
And we sip this, not
So we
You don't
don't
shot.
shoot
slug
it.
it down.
I mean,
Okay.
you can if
We
you
were at the
want
American
to.
style.
If
At,
you wanna
remember,
be
I was
the-
in Florida State, so I was
Right.
about to throw it back.
The
Yes.
ugly Americans would
And-
throw it all down and then be very loud afterwards.
And then you break the plates.
Right.
You know?
But we're
We're
going to do
not
it the
gonna
Greek
do.
style, which is going to say
We're gonna
Yamas.
sip it. Yamas.
Good health. Have a great holiday season,
Yes.
everybody. Have a happy, healthy,
fantastic.
prosperous New Year 2025. The next show will
Yep.
be here. Will be in January.
Yeah.
I can't
Yes.
believe a quarter of the
Oh
century
yeah,
of
December.
this
Jeez, I forgot to do the
century will be gone.
I know.
Oh my
But
god.
Yamas,
Yamas.
Yamas.
and the ouzo, it has that distinct, I guess it's the anise, licorice,
The licorice,
Yeah, it
flavor.
has
yeah.
like a sweetness to it.
It's one of those, I think, call it like a polarizing place. It's a polarizing thing. Some
Yes.
people love ouzo. Some people just can't take that black licorice
Yeah.
flavor.
It's not
Where do
It's
you
like
go?
overwhelming.
comparable like sambuca.
Right.
Yes.
So yes.
But it's not overwhelming.
And
It's
you-
very subtle.
And you can also drink it over ice
Yep.
when you sip on it.
So
Yeah.
I remember I've been to Greece a couple of times and did some island hopping. And I just remember it being like in May of, it wasn't complete summertime, but they would you get a full bottle of ouzo there. This was back in 1995, but full bottle of ouzo for like $3
Oh, geez.
American.
Uh-huh.
And you would just pour it over ice with a little bit of water.
Yes.
And it was just smooth sipping. And when you're at, overlooking the Aegean
the
and
ocean.
sitting,
no, it's nice.
Yes.
What do you mean? Every place you go, they just give you it at the end of the meal. They bring it out. Like at least when my wife and I were in Santorini and Mykonos, like they were Athens even. They would at the end of the meal they'll just give you a shot, like an aperitif, like a dessert, kind of a drink
Yeah.
after the meal, and it's fantastic.
my recollection was I was drinking it morning, noon, and night before, during, and after meals. But it was,
we weren't partying that hard, I guess.
when I was there, it went down very smooth. And I don't see it or drink it a lot anymore, but I guess I have to start
Or
hanging
here, I
out
mean,
here
hello.
at Kyma.
Yes.
All right, we're going to take our first break.
Yes, sir.
Before we do that, let's see. It's December 1st.
It is.
And Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. Will be here
Around the
before you know
corner.
it. Less than 6 weeks away, right after the holidays. And it's going to be a food festival like you've never seen before for celebrating all the greater Fort Lauderdale area has to offer. Of course, Sophia and her family are involved in the Broward restaurant scene, and you're also
Yes.
going to be opening up that new bakery,
We
the
are.
Giorgio's in Lauderdale. In Galt Ocean Mile,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's coming along okay.
It's coming along great. I mean, we got a little delayed now with the holidays, but in the new year, we're going to be
Get
open.
that open,
So we're
and
excited.
Other family members have Taverna Opa in Hollywood.
Yes.
But the Visit Lauderdale, my tongue
It's the
has gotten
ouzo.
the ouzo.
It's the
Getting me
ouzo.
tongue-tied. Go to vlfoodwine.com. That's the good starting place because then you can see all the intimate dinners
Tons
they're going
of
to have,
events.
all the other events. And I got to tell you, for the big 5 signature events, you use the promo code Lunchbox and you'll get an extra 15% off savings off the already low ticket prices. vlfoodwine.com. The big 5 events. It's a cocktail competition Wednesday night, the Asian theme walk and roll on Thursday night, the Friday night barbecue competition, Saturday grand tasting, Sunday brunch first time event.
Wow.
Again, it's going to be January 13th through 19th all throughout Fort Lauderdale, but those big events, the 3 of them are going to be clustered along Las Olas and the beach and the Intracoastal. Going to be a great time. Go online, vlfoodwine.com, get your tickets today, and use the Lunchbox promo code for extra savings.
We are having a special edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox here at Taverna Kyma Boca Raton. The lamb is roasting. The ladies and gents are enjoying themselves, and we'll be back more with Sophia here at Taverna Kyma on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox after this.
Is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. A little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom-and-pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sautéed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. We're back. I guess we're back. I hear the music.
We are back.
I didn't know the break was over. I was in the middle of eating. The lamb has started hitting the fan, so to speak.
That's funny.
It's hitting the table, and I couldn't resist taking my first bite of the roasted lamb. We've got the lamb chops here. We've got the roasted lamb, which is Sophia's favorite. We're at Taverna Kyma. You should come on out. Your family should come on out. Your friends should come on out. I know you just had Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago. Come on.
That was so long ago. That was last month.
You had yesterday. Exactly.
I basically fasted on Friday.
Yeah.
Defo was teasing me about how little I was eating, and all I had in front of me was a Greek salad on Friday's edition from 10 Palms at Gulfstream. By the way, they put lettuce in their Greek salad.
Okay,
with the feta.
listen, everybody does their own thing.
It was okay.
Yes.
I mean, no, it was actually very tasty, but, the food snob in me was saying, well, that's not a real Greek salad. But, and then, I basically did not eat at all Friday night. And then yesterday I had a nice light little lunch and didn't have that much for dinner. We actually stopped by our friend Joey at Cafe Seville and was able to see him for a cocktail and had a couple of his great appetizers down there, one of our great sponsors, and they were packed. And Joey was actually working in the kitchen there yesterday, Lubie, because his longtime chef, Jose, went to a family wedding down in El Salvador, and Joey was nice enough to give him the weekend off. And not a lot of people realize Joey Esposito, he has cooking chops.
Wasn't he like a high level?
He was one of the executive chefs at Sage French restaurant in Fort Lauderdale, which used to be, it's no longer with us, but it was on North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, a long time perennial in the French food. And Joey, before he purchased Cafe Seville with Sally, was the cook and chef at Sage. So he knows his way around the kitchen. And last night he was working up quite a sweat because those tickets were coming in. The house was full, about 200 seats filled at once. But it was good to see him last night at Seville. But again, didn't eat too much, and I knew this was coming.
Well, because Sophia was going to do this.
Exactly.
And I know.
I'm scared. I think they're ordering stuff over there, and they should. But we can't eat all of this.
No. We'll be sending these plates over to the doctor.
Yes.
Some new things, actually. These are some new things we haven't had. So I'd love for Sophia to explain.
Yeah, okay. So we got the lamb chops and the lamb roast, which I've been eating, and tender, delicious, great seasoning, a little like lemon sauce on it.
Yep. Yeah. Lemon sauce. And then we have the lamb shank.
That's the lamb shank.
That's the lamb shank.
Beautiful. And I love the way it's served with the tomato orzo, right?
Yes. It's like a tomato sauce, and the orzo we make it all together, so it has like the juice from the lamb in there.
Wow.
And this is our lamb.
This is the grilled lamb.
So
this
is our third lamb, by the way.
Right. You've been roasting them.
My manager came
roasting
at
them
3
all
o'clock
morning.
in the morning. Started because it takes obviously time.
Yes.
So this is our third lamb that we're on right now.
If people don't mind, I'm going to squeeze a little lemon on top of all of it.
They give you the lemon for
and this looks great because it's got the just the well marbled flavor all the way through. Oh my God, it looks great. I cannot wait to just lay in. And is this the proper way to just kind of squeeze a little lemon on it and just start digging in?
Yes,
because I'm going to do that. And
then you can also take some. We love tzatziki on our meat, so we just like to dip it in some tzatziki.
That's great.
We have the lemon potatoes. We like lemon.
Yes.
So
lemon
everything is lemon influenced, but we have the lemon potatoes. We have the green bean kind of casserole type of thing. It's
with the tomatoes and onions and all that stuff. And again, the reason lemon is so popular because citrus gives everything a little bit of burst of acidity and brightness.
Yeah.
So when you have like the fat from the lamb combined with the brightness and acidity of the lemon, it's a perfect combination.
Yep.
This is delicious.
This is fantastic.
I could do this every Sunday, but
someone chimed in.
This could be once a month.
Someone chimed in on the chat. I was there last night with 19 people.
Oh my gosh!
Having dinner, and it's something we'll talk about in tomorrow's show. But it leads me to an experience we had in Orlando. That was one of the worst dining experiences of my life. Where literally, if you try to go there, we went there with 6. God forbid. And eventually they
Was it Houston's?
It was not Houston. It was a place called, and I don't mind
They don't
naming
even
it.
let you sit.
They
with
don't
6.
even let you.
No.
We even say 2 tables, and they're like, nope.
No. Oh, don't get me started on them.
And we'll get into this more Monday, but that was such a horrendous food experience to this where you're seating 19.
Yeah. And a lot of times when you try to even make a reservation for over like 10 people, they're like,
They make a face.
they don't even let you do it online. You have to
You
speak
have
to
call
someone.
them, and then they make you get a minimum. You have to pay a certain amount and all that stuff. So it's just
we definitely.
You guys are in the hospitality.
Oh, you are.
business. You want to make
I think
people
that's
feel
amazing.
welcome.
Yeah.
You say yes, come on in, and
Yes.
that's part of the reason why I was so eager to become involved with Taverna Kyma. It's the kind of place that I just love, and the food is terrific. And I might have to reconsider. I said lamb chops are my favorite. I think this roasted lamb from the spit is my new favorite.
I might just say lamb from Taverna Kyma.
Yes, and you can see. You can't see, but my dad is here right now, and he's giving ouzo to just people walking by,
off to the side,
and giving them lamb.
So let the record reflect for all those people on Let's Eat who before was saying, "Oh, I want everything for free and all you can eat."
Can't promise everything.
If you come on out here, you might get a couple of samples. You might get a little shot of ouzo. You might get a little, like you said today, because it's the first rollout of the lamb roast, that you're going to give little samples to the tables and have them try it, and then you'll hook them.
Exactly.
And then they're going to come out and buy it by the pound. Can I ask how much is it priced per pound? And you could get it by a half pound gradation?
No, it's per
minimum,
pound. Yeah.
Minimum of 1 pound.
Yeah, pound. And you can see it's not a lot of meat. It's just
it's just perfect,
right. And you can just take a bite of it and share it.
Well, a pound of meat will come out to a lot of meat.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
When you're talking to 2 people who, look, I have friends that just want their meal, but most people I know, especially Mayo, Val, my wife and I, we like the family style. I don't want just one. I want a little bit of everything.
Yes.
And the Greek eating is family style.
Yes.
And you're seeing families come up and everyone's saying hello and kisses and hugs, and the tables are full of different dishes of everyone having a little bit because you don't want to miss out on anything.
Yes. Our menu, we have, it's a front and back, and the whole front is everything to share.
Yep.
So we love that. I know some people charge a sharing fee.
Oh,
we encourage it. So we love when people come and get a little bit of everything and share it and enjoy it. So yes.
And I love that tomato, the orzo and the tomato sauce. It's like seeped in it. It just soaks it up.
Look how the thing just falls apart.
And if you don't want lamb with it, you can get a side of orzo, as a side.
I get the
I'm
lamb.
digging in.
Look, I guess sometimes people have weird experiences where lamb can be quote unquote gamey.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I haven't had that in my life, but more times than not, that's not the case.
Yeah.
And especially here, we've now
if
had
it's
it.
well seasoned and well rendered, it should not be gamey.
Yes.
And I was just gonna.
The quality, it depends where you get your meat from and everything.
And I was just gonna remark.
Oh, I like that.
That I kind of made a little
gyro
using the fresh roasted lamb from the spit. Cut it up. And put it on a pita bread with a little bit of the tzatziki, a little squeeze of lemon. And this is better than like any gyro you're going to get from that pre-packaged thing that's sitting on that, rotating spit that you don't know exactly what it all is.
It's a lot of blend in there.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, you go back to throwing plates on the floor. Like, there's not really any rules. Like, you guys, that's what I loved about being in Greece and going to restaurants. Like, in America, you can't have a ketchup on a hot dog, and that's fine. And there's our rules. And again,
you can do whatever you want, but you'll get
eyes, you get judgment. You don't get literally, you can mix and match everything with everything.
Yes.
And that's about what you're supposed to do.
And one of our lunch items is this roasted lamb. It's instead of the gyro meat, it's the roasted lamb meat, which is phenomenal with the tzatziki and the cucumbers. We do like chopped cucumbers and everything, so it's really good.
We're having Lamapalooza.
Lamapalooza.
We got the lamb chops, which I haven't even touched yet, much to everybody's shock.
It's hard to eat everything.
We got the roasted lamb, which is a regular menu item, and then we have the lamb on a spit lamb, which is the first Sunday of every month will be a thing here at Taverna Kyma.
And we have some beer, some Greek beer.
I was
I
just
like my
getting-
beer in a little glass. I do.
You're sophisticated.
And this is a nice green. It's called mythos.
Mythos.
Like Greek mythology.
Yep.
Yes.
Mythos beer.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
It's in
Very
a green
nice.
bottle.
Yeah, it's very
Yes.
nice.
It looks like maybe a Labatt's or a Rolling Rock, but it tastes a lot better. I mean, this
I
is
like this.
brewed and imported from Greece.
It is.
Yeah,
That's
and
what it
I've
is.
never had it before.
Yeah, I haven't even seen this.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Good for you.
Mm.
This
That's
is fantastic.
very good.
It's really
And
nice.
it pairs with the lamb perfectly.
It
Of
does.
course, so
And
does
a
some of
nice-
the Greek wines, the Greek reds that
Yes.
you graciously showed off last month. It's all here, and I'm
And
a
more.
very happy person right now.
Yes.
It's hard not to be.
And,
I just love that it's the Sunday after Thanksgiving when people usually are low key. That is not the case here.
And it's starting to fill up. You
Yes.
have the baptism. It seems like people came from the church. And again, Sunday now it must be like 1:00. Yeah, it's 1:30.
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't even know what football games are on now, and I don't care
I don't
because
care.
I'd rather be eating
Fair.
here. And like you were saying, no rules. It's just I think the only rules are eat and have fun.
Yes.
And
Relax, enjoy, eat, drink. We have music, live music, a bouzouki going on. So
yeah, I start to hear. Yeah, I'm hearing the music.
we're
I'm
basting.
seeing
We're
people
basting
streaming
the.
in. They are
Oh my
basting
God,
it
look at that.
with all
Really?
kinds of beautiful juices and
That is
herbs and
fantastic.
spices. Look, can
Holy
you see
crap.
this, people?
They
This is-
can.
I this is the first time we've kind of done a outdoor the restaurant.
Live roast.
This is parking. It's a parking lot.
We're in a parking
edition.
lot. We
Okay.
are,
It doesn't
yeah.
feel- but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like we're at a freaking
It's
party.
it's great because back when I covered the Dolphins and we would have to
Oh my
accost
God, look at this.
different players and coaches because they would hide in the locker room, and then we'd have to camp out in the parking lot when they got done with practice to talk to them, and we got accused of practicing parking lot journalism. And that was like they were yelling at us, "Get out of here! Let them alone!" And
Little did you know you're being prepped.
Yeah, parking lot
Fast
broadcasting.
forward.
Podcasting, live streaming, the first Lunchbox on a Sunday, I believe. Is that right? We've done
The
other
thing with the
things-
Mayo show, was that a Sunday?
Oh yeah, that was the second
And
one. We did
again,
one for
that was in
Cinco
a
de Mayo.
parking lot, and that went pretty well.
Yes.
We may have to make this a theme.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're knocking out of parking these parking lot
And
shows.
Yes.
I just love all the big families are streaming in now. The parking lot is getting loaded up. Plenty of free parking here.
Yeah, yes,
Both
that's
front,
a
back,
very
side,
good thing.
and
Lots of parking.
Yes.
very convenient. Taverna
I do
Kyma.
love that people are coming up on the way, and your father's handing them. I think he's offering the kids that, and the parents are like, "No, we don't do shots for the kids. We're not in Greece." But he's offering everyone a shot of ouzo and then some of the lamb.
Yes.
So let me ask: this baptism, is it somebody that your family knows, or is it in the family, or
No,
is it
it's
just
not my family.
It's a complete. But this is how you treat.
Oh, they're not even in there
Strangers.
because he's
Yes.
kissing everyone and giving
No.
everyone a hug.
Nope. That's just him.
Greek style.
Oh,
That's
so
just
funny.
him. Yes.
This is it.
Yes.
All right, I think we got to take our second
We
break,
do, we do.
and we will gather ourselves for some more
Sophia did it again, 2 for 2.
Lamapalooza. This is it. This is unbelievable. The
Holy
spread,
crap.
the hospitality, the beverages, the ouzo, the beer. You got wine. It's all here at Taverna Kyma, 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. Open 7 days for your dining pleasure.
Oof.
But first Sunday of every month now. I'm going to circle it on my calendar. I might just
It's a
camp out
party.
here.
Just come on
They just
over.
brought a whole container of bottles of ouzo.
Yes.
What a scene. It's joyous. I love joy.
That's an understatement.
All right, we'll be back with more on the Lunchbox with Sophia after these breaks. From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to BashSouthernKitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox at Taverna Kyma.
I just love, and I was trying to tell you, we have so much here we should share over there. They're not waiting for us. They have 3 bottles of wine over there. They have the appetizers. There's meat coming out. Look, you're at Taverna Kyma, I guess. The party just finds you.
It's going to be a party all day.
So this is a new cocktail I want you guys to try.
Okay.
I'm launching a new cocktail list in the next 2 weeks, and this is one of my new cocktails. So it's an olive oil martini.
Interesting.
So
Greek olive oil.
Yes, it's Greek extra virgin olive oil, and we put it inside the glass before we put any liquid. And this is a Greek olive oil vodka.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's a special Greek vodka.
Yes. And it's fresh ground pepper on top.
That's right. I was going to say, I see spices on top. I didn't know if it's oregano, but it's
Nope,
pepper.
it's not oregano.
Okay.
And this is feta cheese olives.
Okay, not the blue cheese
Not
olives
the blue
that many
cheese.
people see.
Yes.
The feta cheese olives. This is going to be a treat. I'm glad I was able to sneak in this lunch before I am on my
before you get on your antibiotics.
No alcohol regimen. That will start, let's say, later today.
Yes.
And I'm going to once again say Yamas.
Yamas.
Lubie, here's to the
Sir.
holidays.
Here's to you.
We got Hanukkah falling
December.
on the
Hanukkah,
heels of
Christmas.
I think they coincide this year.
Yeah, it's literally the
now,
same
Greek Christmas is the same as
it is, yes.
Because
Christmas,
of December 25th.
It's just Easter is different, but Christmas is the same, yes.
But don't you have is that Three Kings Day or Greek, or is that something in
January?
That's
in January,
okay.
yes.
The Epiphany?
Yes. Epiphany,
okay.
yes.
You're more than
and that's like a Cuban thing, too. I mean, it's in Latin culture, and it's in the Greek Orthodox culture as well. Yeah,
it is.
So,
very true.
And you know me, I like to celebrate every holiday from every religion because that means more food,
more food,
more fun,
different varieties, different traditions. Yes, it's good.
So people want to do, because it feels like you guys not only are open to it, you do parties and events. What is the timetable, you think? Like if someone wants to have an event, I mean, people are in suits and tuxes here, so this is something that was well planned out.
So as long as we have availability, I mean, even if it's last minute, you're trying to plan something last minute, yes. So with the private room, you can reserve that.
Okay.
If you want to be private, you can be in the main dining room. We have our patio. We can do it semi-private. We really custom whatever your needs are between pricing, menus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You will work pricing.
You can, absolutely,
Are you well booked for this December? Is
we
it pretty,
are.
Okay.
I was going to say holiday party would be a great place for holiday parties.
Yes. And on the weekends, we have belly dancers.
All right.
So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday, we have the belly dancer. She comes, does a show, and it adds a little
show with dinner. That's good.
Yes.
I am just overwhelmed in a good way. After the feasts of Thursday have given way to the Greek feasts of Sunday.
I think the Thursday feast doesn't really hold up to today.
No.
I love
that's a traditional holiday in America. This is a real cultural treat.
Yes.
And you know how I was saying, like, I called it Lamapalooza. I got the 3 different lamb dishes, and each one is spectacular. Like, there's gradations of greatness. They're all great.
Well, and I do like that each one has a distinct flavor. Yes, you're using lamb. Yes, you're using lemon. But each one, and they're using similar spices, I'm sure. But you can tell the differentiation from each different dish, which I think is impressive.
And the other thing that I love, like you mentioning, it's not gamey at all three of them. And, sometimes, especially with the whole lamb on a spit, you get a little bit more of that rustic vibe and some of the rustic flavors. But this one is just beautiful, succulent, juicy with the spice, the herbs, the spices,
One that literally
the
melts
lamb.
in your mouth.
And we've been marinating it. Don't forget. There's a whole process to it. It's not just throwing a lamb, on the spit.
Makes it tender.
Yes.
And you could also feel the love, the homemade, like this. It's the soul of a place that is the difference between a corporate chain restaurant and a family-owned restaurant that really gets, family recipes handed down for generations, all of the things. And again, I finally took a bite of the lamb chops, and they are beautiful, medium rare, just the way I love them. Actually, rare, more on the rare side, which is the way I love them. They're juice out, so good. I mean, if somebody put a gun to my head and said, you have to pick one, I would say just shoot me because I couldn't.
I don't know.
They're all very different, so that's like you get a different variety.
I still love this. This to me is just classic.
It is
finger food.
Well, because you can grab it with your hand.
Because you feel it when you're eating it. You're like you're engaging with it.
You can really get barbaric with it.
It is.
I guess I could get barbaric with this too and just pick it up and start eating it.
Yeah, but that's not as socially acceptable as when it's on a bone.
I mean, when you're at Kyma, yes.
That's if I knew.
When you're here, there's no rules really.
There really isn't rules. Like it's very interesting, and people are in suits and they're just grabbing you with their hand.
Let me just sing the praises of this Greek martini. I have to admit, I arched my eyebrow when I heard olive oil and pepper. But it all works. It's a
very mild
drink.
vodka, so it's not like I don't really like straight up martinis, but this has like the vodka is very, very mild, so it's very drinkable.
And it has your olives. You love the stuffed olives.
Yes. Oh, and the feta olives are beautiful and they're nice and firm, and just the way I like things that are savory. This is like a savory martini.
Yes.
And it's something different. It's really, really nice. So this is now available all times, or
so I'm launching my new wine list and cocktail list in the next 2 weeks. And it'll be on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can you just call it a Greek martini?
Olive oil martini.
Olive oil martini.
I mean, it just kind of describes that.
At least they know. They'll know what it is.
Yes.
And I guess, is that going to be on the happy hour menu, or is it basically just a specialty item?
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the happy hour. We have a huge variety of our cocktails on the happy hour and wines and Greek wines. So our happy hour is 3 to 6 every day.
Okay.
And it's very
Monday
extensive.
Through Friday or
7 days.
7 days.
You do a 7-day-a-week
3 to
happy
6
hour.
on a Saturday.
Yes.
Do the people of Boca know this? Because the people I don't want. Everybody loves a good deal.
She's here.
Particularly people in Boca seem to love good deals. And again, it's here for the taking every day from 3 to 6.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
I cannot believe it. I don't know how you do it, Sophia. Not only are you putting out great food and all these inventive new cocktails and the beautiful ouzo and wine selection, but you also have a beautiful family. We just got to meet your kids. How do you do it? You're a mom?
Yeah.
You're a restaurateur?
Yeah. I don't know.
You find a way.
You just go.
Was it just life because you guys have been in the restaurant business your whole life?
I've been in the restaurant business my whole life, and also the bones of the restaurant are stable. We've been here for 17 years, so it's not something that's new. And we get innovative with different things like events or, new cocktails, but like the structure is here, and we have a great staff. We have people that have been with us for so many years that just execute everything, just trying to be consistent.
Yeah, consistency.
So I have a great team. I really do have a great team. So when I do have to be at the new restaurant or with my kids, or I can feel comfortable that we're good here.
Now, you have 3 sons. One of them is 10, but the 2 older boys look like they're ready to start working. Are they been working?
They're 15 and 16.
Oh, geez. Okay. They had to be working.
So, yes.
They look like they're 20 and 21.
I know, because my 16-year-old is 6'4", and my 15-year-old is like 6'1", so they're huge. But they're really, academically
Oh, that's
working
inclined.
really hard.
Don't tell me they're going to go the Dr. Nick route. You
I
gotta
hope
get,
so.
Oh.
She's like, look, I have the
I
restaurant. They can go
hope
do other
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, whatever that makes them happy,
Correct.
that's the key. And it's
Yes.
funny how
Correct.
sometimes people start in one direction and then they end up gravitating to the family business because
For
they
sure.
realize how much it means to certain people. So
For
I'm sure
sure.
they'll find their way. Do they like to cook, or do they?
My middle son likes to cook.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So he's good. He's my griller. He cooks. He can
Oh,
do everything.
nice.
Yeah. So he loves doing all that.
That's good.
So and they've worked in the kitchen before. Yeah.
And it looks like they're such
Yeah.
strapping lads. They get haul around a couple of these whole lambs before they get thrown on the spit. So
Yes.
that's always good to have the weightlifting contingent.
For sure. For sure.
All good. All right,
Good.
Sophia, let's take our final break.
Yes.
And then we will wrap up this edition so I can start really doing some
Yeah,
eating.
we'll be actually being
Okay.
mannered.
This is all fantastic. I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you. Thank you for
all-
being here. I'm
thank
so
you for having
excited
us.
you guys are here, and it's
I love the vibe. Like, the vibe is so really, like, it's Sunday chill, but also has a party undertone.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful day. The sun came out.
Yeah,
It was a
thank
little
goodness.
overcast, but now
Yes.
I've taken off my Louis Carnesecca sweater. Rest in peace, Louis. But it got a little hot here outdoors, especially next to
You
the
got the roast
lamb on the roasted. With all the wood-fired embers are going. It's a great sight. It's a great scene. Come on out here, Taverna Kyma, 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. We'll be back to wrap up Lamapalooza and the first Greek, celebration, Sunday brunch celebration after these words on the lunchbox. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner, reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sampler that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char-grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kyma is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining, and they are now featuring a monthly lamb roast brunch on the first Sunday of every month. So celebrate life at Taverna Kyma. For reservations and information, go to tavernakyma.com. All right, we're back on the lunchbox at Taverna Kyma. Lamapalooza, I'm calling
This
it.
is the 4th alcohol, by the way.
And I was going to say, as if Ouzo and the Mythos Greek beer and the new olive oil martini was enough, here comes the red wine. How do you say wine in Greek? Because I know it's vino in Italian. But
Krasi.
Krasi.
Yes.
And how do you say red wine in
Kokino krasi.
that sounds...
Krasi.
Kokino krasi.
Yes.
It sounds almost like Russian, which I spoke, but not much anymore. But kokino krasi
Yes, very
is
good.
krasivaya. In Russian, krasiva.
Okay.
Krasivaya means, or krasiva, means beautiful. It's beautiful red
is
wine.
It is, yes.
To go
Cheers.
along with a beautiful
Yamas.
meal, a beautiful
Cheers,
day,
cheers.
beautiful
Yamas.
people here out at Taverna Kyma. I cannot thank you enough.
Sophia,
Till
thank you
next
so
time.
much.
Thank you.
Enjoy every lamb, enjoy every roasted potato, enjoy every filet mignon,
Every
enjoy
filet mignon, yes.
olive oil martini, and enjoy every sandwich. And gyros, too.